Alrighty everyone, welcome back. We are now getting closer to the month of July, which by the way is going to be a very big month for the Ahsoka Tano series by John and Dave. They are planning to drop a final trailer during that month that's really going to set up the appearances of Grand Admiral Thrawn, Ezra Bridger, and more to do with, of course, Sabine Wren and others. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future Star Wars updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. And without further ado, let's get right into the subject. Now, what's really exciting about everything related to John and Dave's Star Wars universe is that they are essentially reviving Star Wars Legends. They have a dream team that's coming together, so to speak, right now. They got people like Timothy Zahn, Tony Gilroy. They're even getting people that are very much affiliated with, becoming this high-status writer. We have people out there like James Cameron, who is well-established. We have people like Matt Reeves, who's actually very well in the talks right now with Disney, and that's going to be a very big thing that we're going to be talking about today. So, what's interesting about Disney right now is that they are preparing a full slate of Star Wars movies and TV shows to be announced later this year, specifically at D23, which takes place this September. We're a couple of months out from getting that full slate. We're going to be getting, more show announcements, more new movie announcements, and exactly when they will be pretty much, revealed, or when they will be releasing, and really giving us also an update on the 3 existing movie announcements: the new Jedi Order film, the New Republic movie by Dave Filoni, as well as Dawn of the Jedi. However, with Disney and Lucasfilm preparing to announce the full slate of Star Wars movies and TV shows later this year, it's noted that they are already preparing their first Old Republic movie that is now planned to have a very large cast of A-listers and unknowns joining this project that Disney is trying to get actor Matt Reeves, or should I say writer Matt Reeves, on board as the main writer to lead all of these different actors. Now, the latest is said to involve a big casting update, with actor Michael Fassbender advancing in the roster of casting choices to portray the role of Darth Bane, and actress Elizabeth Olsen to portray a new villain that is described to be a brand new Sith Lord in the upcoming Star Wars canon that will be introduced in the Old Republic era. Now, with 3 Old Republic movies planned, Disney's strategy is to focus on reviving popular Legends character, while also introducing new characters to focus on originality as well for hardcore fans. Now, Olsen and her agent recently met up with those at Disney, and that Olsen is said to be 100% on board, since she has been wanting to expand her acting career past Wanda in the MCU. Now, let me just say one thing about this real fast, is that this is something interesting. The fact that they are going to be combining popular Legends characters with new characters that are going to be written into the Old Republic timeline is something that I think is going to be very refreshing, especially also for the hardcore fans. Some fans may not like this idea of new characters coming into the equation, but I'm all for it. As much as I love the Old Republic era, I'm all for new characters coming alive and well into the Star Wars universe. Now, Elizabeth Olsen, as you all know, she's been affiliated with Disney for a very long time now. She's played Scarlet Witch, aka Wanda, for multiple years. She's been trying to get different roles out there, past, of course, the MCU, and this is her outlet right now. Now, though it is still under Disney, we gotta be aware about that. It's still Disney at the end of the day. She's very much up for this role because it's going to be something different. It's going to be a brand new villain. It's going to fit into the Old Republic era. And if you guys ask me, Matt Reeves is like one of the perfect guys to approach for the Old Republic timeline, because it's going to be a very dark and gritty story, very medieval-esque, basically kind of modeled after Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones mixed with Star Wars, but in a very well-written manner. So that's basically what they are aiming for. Now, some fans may not like the idea of Matt Reeves coming on board and how he's in the talks with Lucasfilm and Disney, and I get that. I understand that concern. Not everybody liked the Batman of 2022. So, moving on to the next thing here, this is where things begin to really expand and evolve essentially with this movie. Now, on top of this, alright, it's unclear at this time how big of a role she will be, but Fassbender is noted to be the top of the list for Darth Bane, where even Matt Reeves has suggested to Disney using prosthetics to give him that appearance. Reeves is said to be a big Star Wars fan and is holding interest in joining this big project for the Star Wars universe. Now, separate from this movie is also set to focus on new revelations related to the dark side of the Force that will be uncovered in these movies. The only thing stopping Reeves from signing up immediately now is he is unsure of his availability working on the Batman 2 film, which by the way is aimed to release in 2025, though John and Dave are attached already as co-writers, as of course they are still on the hunt for a main writer and they are still in need of that for the story. Olsen reportedly got her in because of connections with Jon Favreau, which by the way makes a lot of sense. Jon Favreau has a lot of involvement in the MCU. Not only did he actually start the MCU, basically, he also portrays Happy Hogan. He's actually in these movies, so that makes a lot of sense. So when you think about this too, the Old Republic era, I think some fans are really going to come to really welcome this becoming into live action. But you're also going to have fans that are going to think it's a little unneeded, where a lot of fans are going to think, well, you know, this point in time is so unknown, why not make something brand new that's not even based on books? I say, go with this is amazing. I think it's a great idea by, you know, Disney and Lucasfilm to mix in A-listers and unknowns. On a grand scale, it's said to have a lot of cast members in this one because it's going to be a very wide-scale movie to expand itself into becoming a trilogy, essentially. Kind of like how Dave Filoni's movie is being treated as a gateway to becoming a trilogy as well. That's going to be treated like a new sequel trilogy in a sense, without calling them 7, 8, and 9. So again, at the end of the day too, given that this has no involvement by Kathleen Kennedy, John and Dave will be co-writers. They won't be the main writers, but they are slated for becoming the co-writers. Let's be clear about that. They're still trying to get a main writer on board. And I think that Reeves is the guy. Now, I don't know if you guys have any other suggestions about what Disney should aim for as a main writer. I'm not quite sure exactly. You know, anybody who wants, you know, a dark and gritty tone for Star Wars, that's very specific to the writer as well. You also need somebody who's very experienced and talented. So again, I mean, I think that Disney's really trying to create a turnaround here, and it's going to take time. Ahsoka, it's really all up to Ahsoka, let's be honest. This is going to be the show that either creates momentum or it creates no momentum at all. And I trust in Dave Filoni, I really do. He's been saying that he spent all of these years building up to this moment, and he's going to make sure it's going to do very well. And even the Disney executives, we've talked about this, of how they fully do believe and are very optimistic that it's going to be the home run of Disney plus Star Wars. It's why exactly they already greenlit a season 2 of Ahsoka. It's why they already gave Dave Filoni a Star Wars movie. It's all because of how heavily impressed they are with Ahsoka. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Film me below in the comments what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, I'm not the one from night to moon.